Welcome in live from Gila River Resorts and Casinos. It's the PHNX Cardinals halftime show, your premier Arizona Cardinal podcast. The Arizona Cardinals, despite some moments, are down 23-7 at the half to the Houston Texans. Johnny, Bo, Brittan, Noah behind the mic. Presenting sponsor today are our friends at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com. Thanks to all that showed up for our watch party. The Cardinals, Bo, not showing up, especially defensively for the second straight week.
Lifeless, right? And it took a Calais Campbell field goal block at the end of the half to avoid surrendering points on their 6 defensive possessions. 6 straight it would have been if they didn't block that field goal, which is pathetic. For 2 straight weeks, Brett Golden, this defense has given up points on 5 straight possessions. That means 10 possessions worth in 10 attempts, the opposing offense has come off the field with points. You've got a defensive head coach. You've got a defensive coordinator a lot of people had confidence in. You had 6 draft picks of your 7 that were on that side of the football and over $100 million of money in cap put towards that side of the football. But these are the performances we've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Right. In the last couple of years, we've been so hard on the offense and the offensive coordinator about how bad this is. And it's still bad, right? To a point. And we've kind of neglected until recent weeks of how bad this defense is performing. How bad the play calling is on the defensive side, how bad the execution is on the defensive side. And like you said, for all the money and all the draft picks and all the movement that you did with a defensive head coach and, like you said, a defensive coordinator who a lot of people were thinking we might lose to a head coaching job, I think that's kind of out of the question now for him. But, this defense has been awful. It's been awful in division play. It's been awful out of division play. It just doesn't matter what's going on, what you put out there right now. Guys are missing tackles. They don't look like they're a fundamentally sound football team.
Well, there's no pressure by this defensive line that they just had to have, right? Walter, Josh Sweat, everybody's out there today. It doesn't matter. I actually think the Cardinals' offense has probably exceeded my expectations this half. It's not great. I know the bar's low, but we thought, okay, for the Cardinals to try to keep this close, the defense is going to need to have the ability to get some stops. Not only are they not getting stops, I mean, they're giving up big plays at will. I feel like the Texans have whatever they want between the 20 and the 20. They've stalled out in the red zone a couple times, and this is not a great offensive team, right? They've lost games this year, or they've won games this year where they're winning like 20-10, 20-16, 20-19, 16-13 against the Titans. And, of course, it's like the Cardinals, like Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago, they're the remedy for any ailment that you have as a franchise. And so, again, Cardinals are going to get the ball started second half. I know that it's been football follies, 86 fumbles on the kickoff return, really kind of kick-started this joke of a half. But for me, it's like this defense, where's the pride? Show some effort. Win at the point of attack. Houston's O-line, it's fine. It's not great.
Right. I mean, ball's coming out quick. They're neutralizing any kind of pass rush that you want to try to generate against CJ Stroud. But Stroud's just back there just tossing off, a little dump off screen, throwing to his tight end. He's 13 for 17. 177 yards, but his yards per attempt are up there towards 10 because of the poor tackling, because of the poor pursuit of the ball carrier. And that, you talk about 86 starting the football follies. No, it started before that. The poor tackling started on the second play of the game from scrimmage, where it was Nico Collins who catches the ball after about 12 yards and then just is able to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. That was the kickoff of just this disastrous performance. Another one for the Arizona Cardinals, who are damn near mortal lock to fall to 3-11.
Yeah, hit that like button. Get your super chats in. Brittan Golden, offensively, Cardinals, Trey McBride, only Trey McBride. We did see one catch for Michael Wilson at the end of the half. I mean, how do you balance this if you're Jonathan Gannon? It's like, well, I don't want to go for it on fourth down unless I have to, but you risk being blown out if you start flipping the ball on your own side of the 50.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you talk about the Arizona Cardinal offense, and all you have is Trey McBride.
Yeah.
That's it. So the only thing that you have going for you right now is just to hope that the Texans just continue to stay in man coverage on Trey and just try to exploit that. But at the same time, you really don't have time for it to be anything downfield.
Right.
Because now you're risking sacks. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, as long as if you're deep in your own territory, no, fourth down, you got to get rid of it and just hope that you can flip field and your defense can maybe get off the field. But if it's anywhere midfield and in front of that, I think fourth downs, I think it's just 4-down territory. I mean, you got to find ways to try to generate anything positive as an offense.
If you remember last week, the Cardinals, it was relatively close at half against the Rams. I think it was a 9-point game.
Yeah, 24-10.
Yeah, at the half. It was relatively close. And then the Rams came out 2 touchdowns to begin the third quarter, a touchdown in the fourth. What do you expect? How can they – we've talked about it all week. How can they make this competitive, or do you anticipate this being another lopsided half?
Oh, I fully anticipate the latter. I mean, this is going to be another lopsided half. The Texans are known for their defensive prowess.
Yeah.
They're going to come out of the locker room understanding that they can just put this game away on this opening series for the Cardinals on offense. Like, if you're saying, hey, you taking the Cardinals offense versus the Texans defense to open up the second half, it's an easy answer for me.
Right. Everybody hit that like button. I want to remind everybody we're going to be live for the duration of the second half, assuming this doesn't get to 30 or 40 burger territory immediately for the Cardinals. To look around the NFL right now, Cardinals getting a big-time favor from Washington, 22-7, up at the Giants, Bo.
Jacoby Brissett took a crucial sack at the end of the half. I do have to say, what I was expecting with Josh Fryer, the undrafted rookie free agent, being in left tackle, I got to say I'm pleasantly surprised as far as how they've been able to protect. But, they've found a way. Still, regardless, you're just looking at one score in the first half. It's fumble, it's punt, it's downs. I guess you got 4 real possessions there and just one time showing points for it. So that's still not going to be good enough.
Andre Pachelia carted off. Bam Knight carted off. Michael Carter, the most effective runner, 5 for 23, 4.6 yards per clip. And, of course, Trey McBride, I believe, reaching the century mark on the season, or the 1,000-yard mark, 100 catches and 1,000 yards, 7 for 69. Yeah, get Michael Wilson going.
Yeah.
I think you got to start forcing the issue there. He can make contested catches. And then, of course, Trey McBride, if they continue, as you mentioned, leave him on man, that's what you have to do to force the issue. This is an imperative drive for the Cardinals to try to keep this competitive, because if you go 3 and out, Brittan, I think it's going to snowball from there.
No, I agree. If you go out here and go 3 and out, I think the Texans get the football. I mean, the last drive, they should have scored points. Just lucky that Calais Campbell's 6'8". He's got long arms.
He did that for you guys a lot.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, they've had an opportunity to score points on every time they've possessed the football.
Yep.
And if you go 3 and out right here, I think it just continues on that trend, and the Texans go down there and get points. And like you said, it's just a snowball effect. It's just going to get worse and worse, and then you're en route to looking at them scoring 40 points in the third quarter. So
they haven't stopped him once.
No.
I mean,
it goes back to what John said in between the 20s. Like, the Texans move the ball like they're just going on routes, like they're running on air essentially until they get to the red zone.
The receivers are wide open, and Nico Collins is not done making
he doesn't have to
wide open catches today. Hit that like button. We're going to be back right after the conclusion of the half. We're going to get some food. We're going to get some drinks coming out. Gila's been fantastic. They're a host every week. We appreciate them as we do our away, watch-along, watch parties here, Gila River Resorts and Casinos. So, again, sit tight here on the YouTube. Jump on over to the watch-along stream. Buckle up for another half of robust Cardinal football. It's PHNX.
We all silly like the mayor.